You can kind of think about it as like 3 funnels. And the first funnel, and they're not happening in any particular order, but you can look at 3 different areas of information. First one is all the jibber jabber that I was just talking about. Everybody has to keep a finger on the pulse of what's going on in the markets. There's weather all around the world. There is technical indicators, momentum indicators that are driving prices higher and lower. Are the funds long? Are the funds short? All the different arbitrage prices of competing supplies from around the world that are working into different markets, all the politics, all the rest of it. So here you can think about this as just sort of the market information that's coming off the internet, through the papers, through the newsletters that you subscribe to. We try to get as much information into this funnel as we can, but of course what we do with it gets narrowed down into the nuggets that matter to our opinion. Okay, so where else do we get our opinion? Not just from the news. We spend a fair amount of time simply analyzing data. So these are 2 different things. This is like words and this is numbers. So we have quite a hefty server in the basement that holds reams and reams and reams of tables, and mainly these are really basic tables, supply and demand tables, cash price analysis tables, other data tracking stuff that we need to filter through in order to figure out whether supplies are going up or down, whether demand is going up or down, because it's supply and demand and what's left at the end of supplies at the end of the year after the demand is done that determines the price. And so one of our this is a real pillar in where our opinion comes from, is just taking, again, it's quite a large amount of data that goes into the funnel at the top, but we filter it down into that, carryout stocks. Because carryout stocks at the end of the marketing year in any given crop market is the single most important determining factor to the price, which is what we're trying to get at here, an opinion about the price. Third funnel is, and I think this is something that makes FarmLink's analysis really unique, gives us a real edge in the country. We have about 30 marketing advisors, individual grain marketing professionals who are located across the whole Western Canadian growing region, who have each a group of farmers that they manage. So we have hands-on information, we have ground level intelligence, we have absolutely live data on current yield prospects, on costs and revenues, cash flow needs. These are certainly some fuzzy price variables, but they're really important in aggregate to understand, and they give us a really good edge. So we're collecting prices out in the country all the time from the different buyers. We're seeing whether the price is higher here, lower there, and whether those two are the spread between 2 is greater than the transportation cost. That's an arbitrage opportunity, and so those are all parts of the signals and parts of the information that we can bring in just from the countryside of Western Canada to try to figure out what's happening with those prices. So these 3 pillars, these 3 funnels all come into our opinion in different ways, but this basically is the basic building blocks of where market analysts get their opinion. So again, not throwing a dart at the wall, not flipping a coin, but taking it's a large amount of information, but it's very distinct information, and it comes together to provide a solid, really wide, broad grounding into this opinion. You've got written information, a whole bunch of stories and jibber jabber. You got a whole bunch of numbers that are put through tables in just cold hard math that really doesn't have a lot of emotion in it. And then you've got ground level pricing. So here's what's going on in the market, supply and demand. Here's what people are saying about it, and here's what we're actually seeing translated into prices in the country. So putting all these 3 things together, again, in no particular order, they all kind of swirl like a tornado simultaneously down into this opinion, and out from that spouts, I guess, market analysis, or the output of market analysis, the results of our research.